Hello. Hello, this is Falterfire, and today's stream may not end up actually going for that long because I realized that I've chosen a time to stream when most people are not available, but I didn't actually end up getting to do a stream of my own really this weekend, so because I was doing the stream with my friend instead of working on a challenge, so I wanted to maybe try starting a challenge run at least. So I think the plan here is most likely, since I am just going to be talking to myself, I will record at least explain the challenge, do the deck building portion, maybe do a fight or two, see how that goes, but probably will not end up recording the full run here. And so yeah, so the challenge, the idea is I've called it the Durdle Lifestyle Challenge, and the suggestion was, let me see if I can figure out who suggested it. It was Malice Struttle suggested no damage or damage debuffs in the starting deck. And then after talking about it a bit, we came up with some more specific restrictions, which I've put in the description of the stream. And so the restrictions are, first of all, no cards directly deal damage to enemies. Cards that deal damage to the player are fine. Cards that deal damage to allies are fine, but no dealing damage directly to enemies. No cards in your deck. Each of these restrictions is applying to which cards you can put in your deck, with the exception of the final rule. So, second rule is no cards that apply debuffs to enemies that deal damage. So, I can't play Immolate, which applies burn, because burn does damage. I can't have any cards that directly apply Arcane to enemies, because Arcane is damage. And I can't play cards that summon allies that deal damage, so I can't use Thriving Spirit. Finally, cards that activate allies cannot be used to activate allies that deal damage, which may seem redundant with the last rule, but this exists to avoid having Magyar Trill just be the deck and you just play a straightforward Magyar Trill list. So, yeah. No activating allies to deal damage. So you may be wondering at that point then, with all of that off the table, what are our options for actually dealing any damage? And so here are the things that are explicitly allowed. Creating cards that deal damage is fine. That includes any created card that deals damage. Whether that, actually, collection is probably the easiest place to go. So, for example, probably the easiest one to get to here is I can run Sunder, which has Exploit Weakness, which deals 20 damage to an enemy that doesn't have shield. So Sunder would be allowable, even though Sunder, because Sunder itself doesn't do damage, and it doesn't have apply a debuff that does damage, even though it creates a card that does damage, that's allowed. Likewise, Deadly Creativity off of Creative Outburst, I could use that theoretically as a damage source. However, that would be my only way to deal damage. The other thing is if you have, so another thing that is allowed is cards automatically create character passives. So if I get Bloodburst from, if I play a life tap, if I'm playing Drovis and I play a life tap and I get a Bloodburst, I can play the Bloodburst, that's fine. If I'm playing Silan and I get a cannon, I can use Cannon Blast, and that's fine. And that includes I can create more Cannon Blast with Mystical Mod, or not with Mystical, I create more Cannon Blast with Lock and Load or Recharge, because even though both of these do create a card that does damage, they do not themselves directly deal damage. So that would be allowed. Next up, cards that only deal damage or apply arcane or damaging debuffs to the player or their allies. I already touched on this. So if you have a card like, well, the obvious example here would be Assault Command, but that's not allowed because, or it would only be allowed if I was targeting sprites with it. I can't use it to trigger, or specifically if I was hitting like runic sprites or crystal sprites. I can't use that to hit Trill by the rules of the challenge. Also, cards that apply random status are okay. Oh, but so the other one is arcane. I guess a better example here would be I can use Phase Grace. Phase Grace applies arcane, but it applies to the player, so that is allowed. Another thing is cards that apply random status. So I could use Crystal Breath or Crystal Remnant from Crystallize, or I could use put Chaotic Barrier in my card pool. These all apply random status, and therefore are allowed because they may not create Arcane. The last major thing in terms of items is Reflect is allowed. So theoretically, I could try and put together a Reflect deck built around like Spiked Shield and Wall of Thorns, but the problem, of course, is that the best way to start stacking Reflect at common is Barbed Strike. And Barbed Strike is a card that also does damage. So even though Reflect is allowed, Barbed Strike specifically is not, and that is a problem. And then the last rule on the acceptable methods, this is just like outright listed, and this isn't necessarily a complete listing. It is just a list of things that, when talking through this, we were able to figure out definitely would be illegal for the purposes of this challenge. Is that any items or trinkets will ignore all restrictions. Will ignore any other restrictions. So I could still use Battle Banner, for example, even though that summons allies that deal damage. I could use Runic Grenade to deal damage, stuff of that nature. So, with all of that in mind, I figure out what is my best method of actually winning. And so the challenge, the decks that inspired this were the old in a Turbo Durdle list, but where you're going to use tools. You like, let me go to Origin in a type tool. So this would be where your goal is to win using primarily like Bottled Ectoplasm, Serrated Trap, Poison Bomb, like these common tools that you can reliably pick out. That is an option, but I'm not completely sold on it. I don't know that I think that is... I found that those decks are not particularly strong into depth 4 a lot of the time, and so I am leery of that, especially since those decks usually would still have, when I play them anyway, we usually still have something like Occult Ritual as a finisher, which is not an option. However, it's possible that doing something with Deadly Creativity could be the answer. But that is a different thing. The other option is, as I mentioned, Silan might be a good choice because cannons. Because that gives us access to recharges, that gives us access to Scattered Mod, which is a great AoE damage source. That would allow us to potentially chip through early chip in early damage. And we could even run a Gather Power package here because Gather Power doesn't do damage and Burning Prism doesn't do damage. And that would be a way to put together a win condition, put together a winning line, I think. One note here is I don't think we can do hybrid mode. I think there's too high a risk that we would get forced into taking cards that are against the rules. I guess if I'm streaming it, I could just not ever play them, but probably safest to just not have the temptation. So I think Silan is what I'm going to go with. I'm going to try and put together this list. So step 1, 2 Burning Prisms, 2 Gather Powers. Now, normally, I pad it out with like a Rookie Strike and a, what's the other card? I would pad it out with like a Rookie Strike and a other card and an Ironclad, but I can't do that because both those deal damage. So instead, I definitely do want a Scattered Mod. I could see going like a Heroic Vigor here, which gives us, like, we mostly would be playing it for the toughness, and because it's 2 cards. I do also kind of like the idea of going Treasure Hunt here, because that has a lot of card plays. I like the idea of having a Martial Prism. That's another way to get damage out. There's another way to get card plays, because again, like, this does not directly deal damage. We do need mana, so focus. I don't hate charging focus, don't love it either. I think we can get away with like 1 recharge. And our other 2 cards probably need to be mana. So I like doing that. Maybe we don't do the treasure hunt. I know that we can afford the spot for it. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, because I kind of would rather have another mana card here, or another Creative Outburst, I think, because that just is a mobile card that can do a lot for us. It seems like an okay starting list. We don't have any Transform, though, which I would like to get a Transform in here. Maybe we cut the Recharge. We may not need the Recharge, and then we can run either Reforge. We don't have a ton of Tough, though, right now. We only have the Martial Prism. Fairly aggressive, though. So we can either Reforge or we can go Frozen Solid. Frozen Solid is kind of expensive, but it is very good. We're going to go Frozen Solid. Alright, let me double check. None of these, that doesn't do any damage, 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 that doesn't do any damage. It does apply burn, but only to us. Alright, we're good. Alright, so naturally, one of our first issues here is figuring out what our other pieces are. We can't use Legendary Strike. We could use Reckless Training. I don't hate that. I don't think we want another Gather Power. We may want another Martial Prism, though. I don't know. Actually, without enough upgrades, I don't think we want that. I think it would take Demon Power. And Power seems maybe good. Let me think. Let's start by going to Silan cards. It would take Lock and Load, I think. It would take Defense Mod. It would take Shield Potion. Shield Potion transforms into a card that deals damage, but it does not on the front of it deal damage, and that is allowable. Can't take Hex Pulse, though, unfortunately. I don't love Strenuous Vigor. I don't think I'm still on Strenuous Vigor here. Auto Mod is definitely has potential. We don't otherwise have access to great multi-hits that can target any enemy because, yeah. Another thing we can add is Mystical Torrent. Because that doesn't directly apply Arcane, it transforms cards into cards that apply Arcane. So that's allowed. We can run, I think Decreasing Mana should be fine. Chaos Infusion should be fine. Just Spry Vigor for mana. We probably don't have the Growth for Mana Eruption, unfortunately, although it just doesn't need much help to be good. So maybe we take it anyway. Can't take that. Can take that. Might take this just for the Cleanse and the Heal is nice. Not sure we have such Transform with Heroic Recovery, but having access to that is just such a good card. I don't hate Defensive Smithing here. We can't run Ultimatum, unfortunately. I don't think we have the mana for Flood of Insight. Elemental Conflicts could be good. Moral Coffers could be okay. Maybe I do want the... I don't know, we've already got 3 mana cards here. Probably don't need another one. Kind of debating that in Power. Could also run Flash Shock. Could run Elemental Tide. Elemental Tide is very good if we could find stuff to go with it. But we could go Unbreakable Hide. That would be a solid defensive card to just have on hand. Nah. Valpod's a huge fan of it. I'm not, really. Yeah, lots of decent options here. Let's go Flash Shock. I could see that being life-saving. Honestly, I should probably cut the upgrade shield for the Heroic Vigor, or the Heroic Recovery. But yeah, I'm too lazy to use Careful Aim properly, so that's not in the list. Future Slash we can't use. Hunt is technically usable, but I don't think so. Can't use Mana Mace. My seed seems okay. Precarious Draw seems good. Transmute armor, I am not totally sold that we'll have the shield for it. Bolt control could be very, very good for us. That's always okay. Battle glory is okay. Mental growth, I think we're probably going to be slow on big mental growth work. Regrowth is okay. Arcane focus, obviously. Contemplate. Frozen Rift applies Arcane, so we can't take it. This applies damaging debuff. The summon ally. Well, the rules were specifically summon allies can't deal damage. So Venom Enchantment would technically still be legal, although we won't have any spells or strikes to draw, so. Take Stone Skin, because I think I'm going to need that. I do like the Purity from Warcry. We don't really summon any allies. I don't think we're slow enough for Invest. Big fan of Forbidden Crystal. I'm going to have to go back through this list and make sure that I haven't accidentally taken anything that breaks the rules. Because I'm sure I've forgotten and missed something. Although, I can just not take cards when they come up if... if I realize during the run. Let's take a Demon Greed. Take a Cold Calc. Take a Forbidden Riches feels bold. Elemental Prism seems fine. And we could just go. I don't think I'm gonna have the debuffs for Tyrannical Focus. Transmute Armor is a lot of mana. I think I am more comfortable with the Predator's Focus or the Mana Ritual. Alright. And these restrictions apply not just to my card pool, but to any monster card and idle cards I pick up, so. Well, I can't have two decks with the same card art, so. I mean, I can't right next to each other especially. Okay. Yeah, still nobody in chat. Let's do at least one or two fights. See how I'm feeling. The one big downside to nobody in chat is I have no way to... I have to manually look over to see if the stream has crashed. And my internet is always in danger of taking a nosedive. So, do not want to deal with emptiness. Might be okay. Might be a pain in the butt. I really don't like dealing with cruelty. I could do this. Could also deal with hunt. I think we're going to do this. Just go with the relatively easy idle combo. So, we talked about Crystal Breath being very good. I think that's a reason to go here. And then, oh, Purifying Shard. It's very good. Those are all very good starting items. I'm a little worried about Munchroom, but... I like having extra mana. We can't take that, so let's take extra mana. Pass. Smoke Bomb's not bad. Extra healing could also be good for saving us from ourselves, basically. We're probably going to go up right side so we can hit here and try and get Mystic Renewal if possible. So go up this route. We can take my precious Void Hardened Skin, although there aren't that many other cards we can take. I think I'd rather have Minbot than the... because I can't forget to use Minbot. And I do think having a way to deal with the chip damage is going to end up being relevant. Not a bad turn one. Considering we can't do any damage. And like the whole point of the deck is that we are supposed to be a Durdle strat. The aggro cannot be stopped. Okay, I'm gonna freeze that. Yeah. Should be able to get there next turn. That went well. Can't take that. So it's lock and load or mana ritual. I think we take the little bit of extra mana. Well, the mana ritual is a little awkward because cannon blasts are basically our only damage source, and because they're kind of expensive. I'm trying to think like what I want to do here. Mostly like because I want to get this off. Yeah. Getting punished for getting aggressive. Right. That's annoying. And like that's gonna not freeze, but it's really good for a pocket shield. Would have been a great turn to a frozen if we could have, but we could not. Alright. Korak noted said oh shit, Altar stream, so maybe somebody's gonna drop by here. We will see. I do want to have that in the draw pile, I think. Probably gonna need a little bit of shield here. Alright. Regain Frenzy, and we scan Evasion. Evasion is a little annoying, but as you've seen, we can deal with it using the slashes that we get out of this. So, that's gonna waste a purity, but it means we can potentially Arcane Blast out. Well, not with this mana. Let me think. Guaranteed to draw a Gather Power. Alright. That'll do. We don't get max value here, but we do at least get the mana boost. Quite a lot of reflect set up. Alright, found that. Although, probably should just go for aggression, but I wanted to get... Yeah, still get the kill anyway. Alright, this is very good. That's pretty good. Mana is still kind of our problem. Because if we can free up other mana, if we can get more mana that frees up the Creative Outburst, and Arcane Focus is very good. This is also very good. I think we just take Clouded Covers. I think we take the Haunted Flask because it's a card draw trinket. And we can take Shocking Grasp here, which would still be a good card. Alright. We can do that because we're holding this. I'm just going to ice that probably. Fortunately, I can only play one of those usefully. It's okay. I could ice this, I guess. That seems okay. We are going to get shocked, but I don't think it's going to matter. We should be able to... Oh, no, because it will matter because powerful. Or not because powerful, because Berserk. Which means that the powerful going away isn't as big of a deal. It's unfortunate we are going to take some pretty significant damage here. But Minbot doing work. Can't take that. Shield Potion's okay. Ritual Runes is okay, but... I'm just gonna take a shield potion. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Is as I've said many times, kind of the worst event in terms of like being a thing that you have to. It is the worst event because it forces you. It is an extra. Whatchamacallit? That. Sorry, my brain is completely scattered right now. It's the worst event because like it forces you to do a fight that doesn't really give you any special rewards. And it doesn't. It's not an elite fight, so you don't get any upgrades or anything. And like, there's no other ways out of the event. Like every single option in that event always leads to a fight. All right, so I'm gonna play. Start with this. Oh, in my head. Oh no, it's fine. I still get to do whatever. And I got those guaranteed crits, which are always delicious. And now guaranteed kill here because I just have to do that. Alright. I can't take this. Regrowth gives us a growth source, but I think I just take the Arcane Focus. How much actual mana have I taken? Is that the first time? No, because I took that. Maybe I could just cut the Mana Ritual. I think Mana Ritual is on deck to be cut. Alluring Runeheart is a way to get Mighty, but I think I'd rather just have the Shock Amulet. Tripping Opportunist Actions is just... I guess it does kind of work with that, but... still not really optimal, I would say. All right. Okay, so the trick here is that I need... I'm bad at figuring out what I want to ice block, but I wanted to get rid of the... I wanted to make sure that it didn't get the frenzy turn. And I didn't want to waste the freeze, so... Was it worth it to do it that way? Probably not. Because they were low on cleanse, but that's not true. We just have to use the burning prisms as cleanse, and we are good to go. That's not going to freeze, but that's okay. So yeah, we're not super... Sorry, I got distracted by Discord. We're not a super aggressive deck, but we are aggressive enough, I would say. Just cauterize here to get rid of the weak. Yeah, so we get this detonation. And we get to, yeah, hidden lets us get that block out effectively. We are not going, oh right, we are because we, yeah, we're good, everything's good. Shield from those. Hoping for the extra turn, but I wouldn't be too sad if we don't get it, because there are other things that I would be fine taking. And that's a kill. Or, you know. The important thing is the frizzy turns aren't going to actually get to come down the line. And we have infinite shock, so max shock, so. Alright. Can't take that. We do have the reroll, which I think is worth spinning here. Flash Shock doesn't do anything for us in this fight, which is particularly relevant, I think. And this is such a good card. I don't think we can afford to upgrade it yet, but we will at some point. Arcane Amulet's very good. I think we are going to cut the Mana Ritual. I think this is still fine, even with the Arcane Amulet. Going to cut the Mana Ritual, going to upgrade. I think it's either one of the Creative Outbursts or... I don't know, there's a lot of cards we could justify upgrading here. I think the Burning Prism is the best choice. Because I like having... Because we're going into this fight, I like the idea of having a Cauterize Plus on hand. Alright, I want to freeze that. Absolutely, just go ahead and knock out one of those. I think we're just actually going to get to wipe out everything here. Yep. And then Arcane Ablution, I don't know that we need, and I would really like this Blazing Ritual. Because Arcane Ablution, because we have the Burning Prism, I think we can get away without it. Although that is usually a pretty risky play going into Demented Lore Blossom. I do have to draw cards here. Okay, with that in mind, I think I have to do this. Although, not finding... I was really hoping to find either Scattered Mod or... I guess I did find Martial Prism to get the top, which was worth it. And yeah, we can do. We are at the point where we are able to, where we have enough mana so we can consider cutting mana pretty soon. Okay. So we are weak, but we are still applying 10. I think I iced that. Oh, well, I chose poorly on icing because that one's already dead, but I didn't do the math. Imagine getting punished for not doing the math. There's that, right on time. Want to get value out of this, these lifesteal stacks. That, of course, doesn't do anything for us right now. Because of the Berserk. I don't think that damage is enough. I think my best bet here, there's no reason to take this extra damage. So we're just going to shield up so that... Yeah, we did take a little bit of damage here, but not too much. And then we should be able to finish this dork off without too much trouble. Although we are looking at potentially taking some damage here. Got 50-50 shot. We evaded. Hooray! And Menbot continues to do work to ensure that we come out of this doing just fine. Cultivate's great. It'll turn into card draw, which is kind of what we need. And extra max hand size is nothing to sneeze at. Right, we're holding that, so I absolutely am going to do that. We can ice this. I'm going to do that to ensure that we're able to ice whatever. It's still not enough. Not much I can do about it. Because I can draw more cards. I think getting rid of this is more important. Oh, but if we need one more powerful to freeze that, and give this one more powerful. Good times. Lose our shield, it's okay. This has retained, so I'm just going to hold it until next turn. No reason to waste all that shield. Alright, let's start with that. I want to get that out. Okay, I was debating whether I wanted to play this ice block out. Actually, I can still do that, which will freeze out the front too, which is still pretty good. Do that. So if we do this, we lose the hidden, which is I think not worth it because we are taking a lot of debuff damage in turn anyway. There's not a lot of powerful damage coming in. Gotta try and end the whatever's like also an annoyance. Okay. Unfortunately, this is not going to work out the way I want it to. Because that's just going to splash off of the purity. But we do get to at least be hidden, which helps us evade 0 attacks. I think Creative Outburst is the next upgrade, and that'll let us justify cutting a focus. Yeah, that purity was poorly timed as far as we were concerned. Because if we had been able to get rid of some of that powerful, we would have been quite happy. Really hoping to see either of those, but no such luck. Yeah, I think this fight could have gone a lot better if we just gotten a little bit luckier on finding stuff. Played this turn. Both us and the dork over there have quite a substantial amount of powerful. We have more, but that is a lot of damage. Oof. That gives us this at least. Yeah, just taking way more damage than I would have expected. Because even like, I thought this fight was over, and then we just weren't able to close it out, and things have not gone well from there. I got cocky. Unprecedented. Who ever heard of being punished for getting greedy before? Nobody. It never happens. But we didn't die. That's what counts. I think stream keeps going till end of area 2 at least. Not really what I was looking for. Automod actually seemed potentially very good. Just kind of want an upgrade. I think we just take the Spiritual Cleansing. Can we take Eligrim? I don't think so. We are not getting out. No, we definitely can't take Eligrim. As much as I would love to have it. I don't think we need Purifying Shard because we're not self-statusing, but I would like to have that extra breathing room against whatever. And then the upgrade, yeah, I think is a Creative Outburst. I think we got to focus. Somebody is advocating for taking all the cards, and that is just incorrect, but I am not going to tab out to deal with that right now. So, Fuming Defense would be very, very good. I don't really have the sturdy to support it though, and that does require us to like give up all events in the area. I would rather just like go through these two to there. We're going to take a risk here, and I hope that know that I want to leave hidden right now. Let's just pop you one. Yeah. Just because I don't know that we're in a position to give up health right this moment. Oh. Realizing now that I have messed up a little bit because I can't get the man out of that. But I don't need the shield this turn, so... was unnecessary, but not bad. Are still dealing with a little more whatever, but that's okay. And then, alright, that's okay, I think. Alright, that'll do. Now we can do this, which I think should freeze. Yep. Mind Tap is very good, and it doesn't break any of our rules. So, Mind Tap. Emergency mana stockpile. But we have this. I think we just take Grimoire of Wisdom. Go into this fight. Pitching that is not having faith on our deck. In my head, I was going to be able to draw cards with that, but I thought I had the mana for whatever. Alright, we're going to take a little bit of damage here. It's okay. Okay. I didn't realize, by the way, until like when I was collecting data that like the crystal golem colors actually do matter, and they do actually not all do the same thing. That like the status matters. Like this is a grape flavored golem, and they do arcane. So obviously we're freezing that. I assume that's obvious. unfortunate. So okay, time to do that. So that. We only get hidden and tough, but that's okay. Let's see, what else can we find? That seems good. That doesn't explode us. Although it doesn't mean that we're at risk of exploding if we ever tap that guy again. Or if we tap that guy again this turn, rather. There's no point in getting a... We need to get the cauterized because there's no point in getting the... whatever, because we knew that this guy was just going to dork. We're just going to get got. We're just getting this extra mighty out, even though it doesn't, strictly speaking, do anything for us. Alright, we didn't get Arcane blasted. Yeah, there's Arcane barrier back up. Guy just has infinite, super infinite Arcane barrier, because I say super infinite because like we were never, ever, ever getting through that. Huh. I don't know if we can even play the cannons. I don't think we can play both. Yeah, and that was the correct play. Let status continue to cool off. Love Mystical Torrent. I need Umbral Rice, and I should have put it in Heroic Recovery just because like having an extra transform would be really nice. Problem is we can't play both of these. But that's worth it. That was not great. Discard. And that. Should have done this in the other order. Well, I know, because I was trying to prevent losing health. Alright. You're actually going to delete rid of the frost barrier here. Or the Arcane barrier here. And the Golem. We lost some health here, but Minbot continues to do great work. And I will absolutely take a Void Hardened Skin, I think. It gives us more consistent tough access, which I would really like to have. And yeah, we just have to go left. I think we can't pass up both events, and also Ray of Frost is very good for us because it gets double the bonus from Powerful. Also, I really don't. That fight is just miserable a lot of the time. We will rest before going into mid-boss. And cut. Can we cut the other focus? Can we get the Resolute Focus? I think we do. We are committed to upgrading other mana card after this fight, but that's fine. Unless we get like an Umber Rights. Pitch. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do that while we're fatigued. Oh, I should have got more powerful for this. I wasn't thinking. Not a huge deal, but... Also wouldn't hate upgrading the Frozen Solid. It's kind of where the whole not being hybrid mode and having a lot fewer upgrades comes to bite you. Just pitch that. I could play it, but I don't need to, so... Well, it's unfortunate to have that here, because now we can't use it, but... We do get to go poppity pop. That is not enough damage. And round again we go. Alright, the opportunistic round for this turn. I have to remember that. Oh, and the frenzy is the other one that like is really worth considering upgrading. We can take this opportunistic attack actually. I don't have to super care about it. Let's get shield out. Yeah, who cares? That's not terrible damage at this point. I'm not going to trip the other opportunity attack though, because there's just no reason to. I do need to cleanse, but it's okay. Just kind of lost track of the fact that I was needed to cleanse when I was. I'm going to do that before I shuffle. Wow. I didn't realize just how cursed I was. We can just hold this for next turn. And we do get all those in our discard pile, but hopefully we can... Should get killed this turn, hopefully we won't lose too much health to them. Although... Yeah. Alright. we're good. Can't take that, can't take that. Can't reroll. So it's... If we take Flash Shock, if we're kind of committed to upgrading Flash Shock. I don't know if Flash Shock saved us against that fight. Flash Shock is a little awkward with the cloudy covers. Kind of tempted to take and then immediately cut auto mod. It's not bad, but I don't know that it's what we're looking for. I just kind of like our trinkets. Like, I can get rid of Minbot at some point. Like, it's basically just saving us rests, but... Yeah, I think I'm just going to cut auto mod. I'm not ever going to find a room to upgrade it, and I don't think I like keeping it without upgrading it. And then our other upgrade is, I think, for now, it's the other Burning Prism. And then, so again, so many things I want to upgrade. But yeah, once again, no luck on finding another, finding our transform card. Which, like I said, kind of on me for not, whatchamacallit? Okay. Oh, I could do that. Obviously, the main goal here is to do that. I can get rid of that burn just so I don't lose my shield. Pass on that this turn. Suboptimal. Should have played that. Didn't do anything for me. Should have also double checked. Okay, yeah, Frozen Salt was already gone. Pop. I get that off. I think we can get rid of that. And then should be clear here. And wow, I didn't realize how big our max hand size was. So not at all worried about whatever. Don't need that. Go for mana hit. It's not quite enough. But with that it will be. Oh, I can't do whatever, but still doing okay. And we do have access to stuff when we want it. Oh, next time we hit, we are going to get guess I'm fine doing that. Just get frozen, although arguably I should have just eaten the freeze so that now I'm not dealing with reflect, but bite. Frost Prism, please. Or Ray Frost, please. That'll be good. That gives pretty consistent freezes. This is worse. That's not bad, actually. We have 12 max hand size even without that, so we're good. We can go event. Loot the backpack. Take more max mana. We could have taken, I guess, the extra health. The extra max mana does do a ton for us. But just kind of always willing to do that. Guess this is the punishment again for immediately going for whatever. Alright, that does kill the front one. Yeah, already getting pretty good value out of the battle axe. That'll work. Just pass turn. That was a pretty underwhelming turn, but also a pretty free turn, so getting warped. I want to ice you. I want to ice everything. Alright, so I'll shut you down. Let's go ahead and ice and get hidden. And then just make sure we're plenty shielded. And now we get treasures here. Alright, well, there goes our cannons. That's okay. Pretty sure this fight's still solidly under control. Yeah, we can just no need to get fancy with it. No, didn't get the ice. It's okay. Still win. This is very good, and I think we can use it. And it removes Arcane from enemies, which is the opposite of applying Arcane to enemies. Definitely feels like this is one of those lists where it's like this is a weird list, but it doesn't necessarily feel like a challenge list if you don't know what the joke is. All right, let's do that. So that will not freeze that guy, which is important because the I don't want to waste the freeze. I could do this, but I don't think it's worth it. It's a waste of mana. Could definitely use an item that's like such a chance to apply blur to blur to blur on strike. Okay, cool. Oh, well, in that case, I forgot about. Do that bit of damage. All right. So we're gonna freeze with that, obviously. hoping to find that, because I can then ice it. And this only does half value because of whatever, but that's okay. Numbers do not work out the way we want them to here. It's a good time to get that out, I guess. Just get the tough. You never know when you'll need bonus tough. We'll just go for extra damage. Look at this poor dork trying to actually accomplish anything. Guess we're not actually killing it that quickly, but it is still pretty satisfying. I just pitch that. If we do that, we trip the Opportunist, which I would rather not do. Just keep smashing for damage. It's quite a lot of shield. Which means when we shield break in, we will have to deal with phase swap again. Should probably kick that, because yep. Going into aggro mode. Could Arcane Polaris here, which would be annoying because we only have the exactly 6 growth. No problem. That'll do. Yeah, we're just gonna have to waste the frost. But we get sufficiently shielded up. And we get hidden. And we even get to freeze for good measure. Good times. Okay. Spin the reroll. And yeah, we'll just take Crystal Breath. Upgrade. I mean, this is very good. I think we can get rid of the min bot at this point. This is also okay. But actually, No, we just take the second. Whatever. And we upgrade Crystal Breath because that's such a good, just an incredible card. I don't know that I can afford to get another mana card. But I want to. I didn't upgrade mana. Maybe we got Martial Prism now that we have Void Hardens again. I think we can justify that. Double checking, yeah, because this is random status and it doesn't actually, because Crystallize is the only debuff it applies, which does deal damage. Okay. So we get a lot of events here, which is nice. We can't take Horrify Mutation, we can't take Convene. And like, if I had a reroll token, I'd consider going here. But I don't. I don't think it's worth giving up like 3 events. Can't take Dead of Night, unfortunately, because of that curse. But that is going to be it for this time. Probably I will record the rest of this offline and then post it as a separate follow-up video. So look forward to that. Or I will still, we're only on Tuesday, so probably won't wait until the weekend to stream the second half of this. But you know, weird things have happened. So I'll see you next time, one way or the other. Until then, toodles.